Hi, welcome back to the shed for episode 28 of GGBO 2023. And having got the fretboard glued on and the frets installed last time, in this episode we're going to be doing some setup work to make sure that we can actually get the guitar into a playable condition. And bearing in mind I'm using a Floyd Rose for the first time, this could get interesting. So last time we got all these frets installed. I haven't levelled them or anything, but they are all in. I think the fretboard is looking super swish now. I'm very, very happy with the way that that's gone. And the next big job I want to do is to actually carve the back of the neck. However, before I do that, there's a few unanswered questions that I want to get sorted out. And most of them relate to the fact that I've never put a Floyd Rose in before, so I'm a little bit unsure about how everything's going to proceed. Now, you might have noticed I've put a lot of the hardware back onto the guitar that I took off in the previous episode, and that is because I need to sort out this nut. Of course, this is a locking nut that's going to go in here, and the issue I've got is, as it stands, it's basically sat too low. The bottom of these little notches where the strings go are actually pretty much level with the fretboard, which is not correct because obviously we've got frets in now. So if we strung this up and clamped the strings down into the nut, they'd probably use the first fret as a 0 fret. So that isn't going to work. So we need to find a way of moving this up. Now, you can get shims to do this, but the shims that are available to me come in 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 of a millimetre. I think I need to come up quite a lot more than that. So if I were to use the metal shims, I would have a great big stack under there. I'm not sure how stable that would be. It would also probably look horrible. So my thought is, I've still got plenty of this Wenge veneer that I use for the binding. So what I'm thinking is I can cut some pieces of this and I can glue them together and use that as a little ledge to sit underneath the nut and bring it up to roughly the correct height, hopefully a little bit under where we need to be. And from there, I can get the correct metal shim just to pull it up a little bit. This veneer is measuring about 0.6 of a mil. So I'll bring you in a little bit closer and we can start to look at exactly how much we need to put under this nut to bring it into a roughly correct position. And the first thing I need to do is establish exactly how high these frets are. They should be very, very consistent. The one I'm interested in really is the first fret because that's the one I need to get clearance over. And to do that, I'm just going to take a straight edge. And I've got a set of feeler gauges here. And that's a 0.8 millimetre feeler gauge, and that's a bit too loose. So I've actually got a 0.25 millimetre on top of that. So, and that is actually a little bit tight, but for what we're doing, that is close enough. So that's the measurement to the top of our fret, but we need a little bit of clearance over there. Initially, just for this purpose, I'm going to go at another 10 thou, which is another 0.25 millimetre. So if I find the appropriate feeler gauge, which is 0.5 millimetre, so we've got a 0.8 and a 0.5, which of course is 1.3 mil, which hopefully will give us something like our string action. So if I get my little bit of veneer back, this measures 0.65 millimetre. These calipers might be a little bit out, they're quite old and they've had a hard life, but we're kind of roughly in the ballpark at that. That's actually quite straightforward maths. That indicates that 2 layers of this should be exactly the amount we need. And remember, I actually want to be a little bit low if possible because I want to be adding a shim or 2 maybe just to bring it up to the correct height. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this the right size. I'm going to stick them together with a bit of super glue initially and just test fit them. If that does work out how we want it to, I will then cut some more, stick it together with some tight bond properly and then glue it into place. And I might even put the full set of strings on just so I can practice putting a Floyd Rose together with some strings, and we'll then be able to see if we've got something like a playable action at the nut. Okay, so that's in now. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a straight edge from the saddles to these nut slots. Now I think these nut slots are too kind of fine for my straight edge to go right into the bottom of them, but it will give me a ballpark kind of estimate of whether or not this is going to be enough. So start on the bottom on the low E, and that does give me a little bit of clearance, which is what we wanted. So I've got a first fret string action at that. Whether it's enough or not, I don't really know. But at this point in time, what I don't want is too much, because I can shim this up, but if it's too high, it would be a bit of a pain to remove material. But what I'm actually going to do now, because A, it'd be really interesting, and B, it gives me an opportunity to play with things a little bit, is I'm going to put a set of old strings on here and just see exactly how much string action I've got. And it will also give me an understanding as to whether I'm going to have to fit a string retainer onto this neck. So I'll break out some old strings and I'll put a little montage together of me struggling to string up my first Floyd Rose and get it somewhere like set up. Okay, and there it is, strung up and something like set up. We have actually got very low nut action. If I take my feeler gauges, this is an 8 thou feeler gauge, and under that high E string, it's just about clearing that, but there's not a lot in it. And it gets a little bit higher as we go up the strings, but I think that is kind of ballpark where we'd want it. A little bit on the low side maybe. So I'm thinking 1.1 millimeter shim under there with this setup, and that will be absolutely ideal for me. The tremolo is nearly set up right. It's pulling back a bit, so I need to loosen those springs off a little bit just to let that sit a little bit further up. But that's not for this stage of the game. This is purely to see if we've got a playable action, and we do. It's quite low down this end of the neck, so we probably need to raise those studs just a touch, just to bring the action up a bit. These are an old mismatched set of strings as well, so you know, we're limited as to what we can expect with these. But the tremolo works and it's coming back up to tune, so that's a good sign. Feels really weird having strings on a guitar at this stage. But with that established, we can get everything back off it again. We'll take the temporary nut shim out and we'll cut some fresh veneer, make a new one. I'm going to make it ever so slightly bigger than this one, so when it's glued in I can trim it down so it's flush with the neck and everything. But so far so good. Okay, so everything's off the guitar again. I've cut myself a couple of little bits of veneer. I'm just going to add a little bit of tight bond to them. I've put them on a little bit of masking tape just to hopefully hold them together in the right position while this glue dries. Spread that out nicely. And then I'm just going to stick them in a clamp. Clamp them together. Hopefully that doesn't compress them or anything beyond the thickness that we want. So I'll leave that for an hour or so to dry, and then we can get this glued into position. Okay, and that's that little shim glued in. I've given it a quick sand up just to make it kind of blend in a little bit with the surrounding wood. I think it actually works really well with that Wenge binding. I've checked it with a straight edge and it all kind of lines up exactly the same as it did with the test shim. So that is another job we can cross off the list. Now it might not look like we've established a huge amount. We've effectively glued 2 pieces of veneer to the neck, but we've established an awful lot. We've established that the setup is within the ballpark just by throwing it together the way I have. So I've got absolutely no worries about setting the Floyd Rose up. I think it's all well within scope. We know now that the nut action is achievable. I'll probably order a complete set of neck shims, so I've got, you know, kind of one in every size, so we can kind of shim this out exactly how we need it. I'm pretty confident I'll work on other Floyd Roses in the future, so having those in stock wouldn't be a problem. And we've also established that we don't need a string retainer on the headstock, which for me is a great thing on 2 fronts. Firstly, it means I won't have to buy one, which is always great. And second, I don't actually like the look of them, so not having to have one is absolutely amazing. Might not seem like a lot of work, but we've actually moved forward quite a long way with this. So next up, we can flip this over and we can start to work on the neck carve, getting that all sorted out. But that's going to be for the next episode. So as always, don't forget to hit that like button if you've enjoyed this, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.